this one. You want to smell?
Yummy.
I love being able to give my kids the opportunity that I had out on the farm, on the land, the space, being able to run around and spending time with them out in the tractors and the farm is just one of the best feelings out there. My name's Tim Drewitt. This is my bulb nursery. We're in the beautiful Yarra Valley in Victoria. I think bulbs is in my blood. Having grown up on a bulb farm as a baby, literally, right the way through, tractors, being covered in dirt and mud and everything like that, it's just who I am. Oh, you got another one. Look at you, why are you the only one getting those? And for me, like, the bulbs and the nursery and the business, it's a way of also supporting my other passion, being the youth work and giving back to the community. Sales have dried up and it's been a lot harder having two of our biggest states that we supply, being New South Wales and Victoria. In spring, in our prime season, the potted flowers, potted bulbs, being in the midst of the strictest lockdowns we've had. Like, I won't lie, I've struggled with it throughout this journey of the pandemic. I've struggled with mental health growing up and coming through this, and it's like constantly having to think of what's the next best thing that we can do to support my staff through this or support the community through this around us. So it's been a challenge. I often say to people, my therapy is my tractor. So if I'm having a bit of an average day, I love to get out there on the tractor and move some dirt around or rotary hose some ground, debrief myself after a tough week. Many people say to us, oh, we've grown bulbs, things like daffodils and tulips, and like, I'll be honest, they are the main bulbs that people think of when you start talking about bulbs in the garden. But with careful selection, you can have different types of bulbs in flower in your garden throughout the whole year. There's a whole world of bulbs that's really, I guess, a little bit unknown and untapped by the average gardener. So bulbs overall, the diverse field is in the hundreds of thousands of different cultivars, species, types and forms, and they literally are suited to so many different climates. You can have them in every garden situation. Preparing the soil for our summer flowering friends, our gladioli, our liliums. The bulbs lost some magnificent Christmas colour. Summer flowering bulbs are very often forgotten. They're just as hardy and easy to grow as their spring flowering cousins. They probably grow in a more diverse range around the nation. So pretty much summer flowering bulbs you can have growing all throughout Australia in all the different climate zones. The rich red soils up here are absolutely chockers full of nutrients. It's fantastic. We literally are truly blessed to have worms coming out of our ears. As I was just preparing this ground for some hand planting, I put my hands in and instantly we're finding lovely fat worms which help to keep our soil in prime condition. And I've got a selection of different bulbs for amazing Christmas time colour. So we've got some lilies and some gladioli. When it comes to planting your lilies, don't be surprised if they arrive with a bit of a shoot on there. You know what? The shoot means the bulb's actually going to grow. You really want a nice, fat, plump bulb that's solid, shouldn't have too much give in it or anything like that. I'm putting my bulb down to the base of where that shoot's coming out. Now, if I've got a shoot that's a bit crooked, that's okay. Here's the amazing thing with bulbs. They don't have to be planted straight upright like that one. We can put that one on its side and our shoot is facing in the right direction. And then we simply backfill, leaving our shoots exposed. No need to water in. The natural rainfall will be fine and they will honestly look after themselves. Apart from some summer water, if you're in a very dry location, they don't need any special care or any particular fertiliser. They will take what they need from the soil and look after themselves, coming back year in and year out without annual lifting. Today, I'm preparing some pots to take out and give out to the community to beat the COVID blues. For us to be able to invest into someone else's life with something as small as a pot of daffodils or a packet of bulbs that otherwise we weren't going to be able to sell anymore, it's just so worth that small investment, that small gift to someone else and what it could do to change their day. Really busy day down at Lilydale Lake today. I've had to enlist the help of a young friend to give me a hand giving out our pots of joy. G'day, Zave. How you going? We've got a tray. Let's go put some out. Having the young volunteers involved during the pandemic, it's been a great way to get them involved and seeing the community and how the community is feeling the effects of this pandemic, and also encouraging them to not necessarily think about themselves trapped in this environment where they can feel pretty down, but actually think about other people. So thinking outwards and what they can do in the community to still make it a positive environment. As a nurseryman, it's been really tough throughout the pandemic, multiple different levels. For us, it was a financial disaster. But to be able to give someone something that they can either plant as a dry bulb, which is really planting hope for the next season that something will come from that bulb, so worth it.
Thanks for that, that's really nice.
No worries. Pretty random, the reactions we get. Some people have been crying, some people have been really excited, other people just stand there looking really lost in the car park wondering who did it. Yeah, a lot of fun. It makes you feel good to know that in some small way you've been able to have a positive impact in someone else's day. Bulbs, to me, they're, like, to be honest, they're a bit of a mystery. They start out as this dried, shriveled-looking onion type thing, and I use it as a bit of a metaphor for life. Like, you never know what something is at the moment versus what it's going to become. So you plant this ugly-looking thing, and then in a few weeks, you've got a small shoot coming through. A little bit after that, you've got some buds exposed, and then you've got this magnificent bloom. I love bulbs. They're planting hope of something that is to come.